Hello everybody, this is Mama. It's beautiful day. Happy Friday? No, Thursday.
Why shouldn't we be too worried about Matthew Perry these days? Which supporting character from Friends still remains an absolute scene stealer? And how did Rachel's on-screen sister save Jennifer Aniston's career?
So no one told you that it's gonna be this way.
Matthew Perry. Shortly after the release of the trailer for the much-anticipated Friends reunion, fans took to Twitter to discuss Matthew's slurred speech in the video. It seems like time hasn't been kind to him at all. Some people were genuinely worried about the actor's health, as Perry has suffered from health conditions before. He's been open about his substance abuse issues in the past, even revealing that he was out of it during 3 years of Friends. And although he has been battling his addiction since then, it did take a toll on his health. For instance, 3 years ago, Matthew was hospitalized for several months after undergoing gastrointestinal surgery. So, what the hell's happening? It turns out Matthew required emergency dental work just hours prior to the reunion interview. Understandably, it was difficult for him to film after the procedure, but the star has reassured his pals that there was nothing to worry about. However, health issues have never stopped Perry from being active in his profession. Apart from starring in many movies and shows like Mr. Sunshine and The Odd Couple, he made his playwriting debut in 2016 with the dark comedy The End of Longing.
Yeah, I've written for television for the last 10 years, but this was the first thing that I ever wrote by myself.
On the acting front, most recently he starred as Ted Kennedy in the miniseries The Kennedys After Camelot, and in the upcoming film Don't Look Up. Matthew also has some great news in his personal life. He got engaged just last year. He and literary manager Molly Hurwitz have been dating since 2018, and the actor fondly calls her the greatest woman on the face of the planet at this time. You can see quite a few photos of Perry and his fiancée on Instagram, wearing t-shirts that will steal the heart of every Friends fan. By the way, Matthew was the last of the 6 main Friends cast members to join Instagram. His very first post has gotten over 15 million views by now. Perry's on-screen partner is much more active on social media. We've been fortunate to follow her for several years already. But we'll get to Courteney Cox a bit later, as there's another actress we can't help mentioning while talking about Chandler. This, of course, is the scene-stealing Maggie Wheeler. Amazingly, she's guest starred on tons of shows, but never had a lead role. But Maggie admits that Janice is still her favorite character.
Of course, Janice is at the top of the list because, it's Janice and there's only one Janice and you gotta love her.
And, oh my god! In real life, Wheeler sounds nothing like the nasal-voiced New Yorker from Friends. The actress revealed that Janice's iconic voice came naturally to her when she first received the audition material for the show. Maggie just heard it in the writing, and her trademark laugh appeared as a safety measure because Matthew Perry was so funny. Fans still often ask Maggie to recreate Janice's voice, and she's always happy to do it because she knows that it brings people joy.
And a lot of people want me to laugh, and I say, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that.
Apart from Friends, you might have seen her in Californication, How I Met Your Mother, and Shameless. Wheeler also voiced Trinette McGoon on the animated show Archer, and she also voiced Trudy Pickering in the animated Addams Family film. But you'll never guess what her true passion is. Amazingly, for more than 15 years, Maggie has been a co-founder and director of a non-auditioned intergenerational community choir in Los Angeles. Now let's get back to the main cast of Friends and see what Courteney Cox has been up to since the show's end. The deep love for Monica led fans to project some of her qualities onto the actress. At some point, it even made it challenging for Cox to get roles that were different from her famous character. I remember having to convince Wes Craven that I could be bitchy enough to play Gale Weathers, she recalled. Monica is very girl next door. She's sweet. She might have been annoying, but she was sweet. As we know, she managed to get that role. Moreover, she recently reprised it for the
With Secret, keep it fresh. Available in over 10 amazing scents and aluminum free. Secret.
6 members of one family have been found shot to death in Amityville, Long Island.
for the 5th installment of Scream, which is due to premiere in the beginning of 2022. We will also see Cox soon in another movie, Shining Vale, and in the TV series Last Chance U, both of which are currently in pre-production. Yes, it seems like she went on to find more success in her career after Friends. Not only did Courtney star in the series Cougar Town throughout its 6-year run, she also directed a handful of episodes. By the way, Courtney's daughter with David Arquette, Coco, took part in one of these episodes. Also, David himself appeared in her directorial feature film debut, Just Before I Go. And, like Cox explained, it was a bit weird. Following her divorce from Arquette, Courtney met Snow Patrol guitarist Johnny McDade, who was 12 years younger than her. The couple announced their engagement in 2014, but later called it off. However, that wasn't the end of their story. As the actress explained on the Ellen DeGeneres show, he's not my fiancé. We broke off our engagement and he moved to England, then we got back together and it's actually better than it was before. Yes, it's not exactly a conventional relationship, but it definitely works for Courtney and Johnny. And the actress doesn't shy away from sharing glimpses of their life on Instagram, which is not the case for her on-screen brother, whose friend's fame made him want to disappear. David Schwimmer. Surprisingly, the actor who played Ross Geller wasn't prepared for the literally overnight success of the series.
Very similar to being a superhero.
David revealed that before Friends, he used to walk around with his head up, really engaged, and he loved people watching, which helped him in his job. But the effect of his celebrity status made him want to hide under a baseball cap. So I was trying to figure out, how do I be an actor in this new world, in this new situation? That was tricky, revealed Schwimmer. Probably that's why, unlike his co-stars, Schwimmer didn't pursue feature film work after Friends wrapped up. He opted out of the public eye instead, doing voice work and directing small indie films.
Yep, Mike.
Of course, he didn't turn his back on acting altogether, but now he tends to choose roles that are different from his most famous one. For instance, his performance as the lawyer Robert Kardashian in the series American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson, earned him an Emmy nomination. And most recently, David was involved in the British sitcom Intelligence. His character isn't really likable, but the actor explained that it was interesting to play him and make this racist, homophobic, sexist, pompous guy funny. David Schwimmer is notoriously private about his personal life, but we know that he is a doting dad to his daughter Cleo. David and British artist Zoe Buckman divorced in 2017, so the 10-year-old splits her time between her parents. And you definitely remember that on screen Ross had 2 kids. It turns out that one of the young actors who played Ben Geller sort of followed his father's footsteps. Cole Sprouse. The part of Ross's son was actually played by 4 different child actors throughout the show's run. Yet the most notable was Cole Sprouse, who played the older Ben. He later revealed that he developed a crush on Jennifer Aniston on the set of Friends.
That's when I fell in love with her, yeah. Really? You had a little crush on Jennifer Aniston? Didn't everybody?
Sprouse was so enamored that he would forget his lines when they shared a scene. After Friends, he went on to have a successful career, going on to star in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and its spin-off series. But then Cole decided to take a break from acting and studied archaeology at New York University. He graduated in 2015 and made his return on screen, landing the role of Jughead Jones on Riverdale. By the way, the twins who played Ross and Rachel's baby Emma in the 9th and 10th seasons turned 19 this year. The girls have also dabbled in other screen work since Friends. Most recently, they took part in the horror film Us alongside Lupita Nyong'o and Elizabeth Moss. Well, being a part of such a hugely popular show like Friends influenced everyone involved. James Michael Tyler. His character immediately became a fan favorite, and Gunther still remains Tyler's most memorable performance, as he basically stepped away from acting afterwards. Nowadays, the actor doesn't look much like Gunther, but that doesn't mean that he is totally unrecognizable by the fans.
Often had people saying, "Hey Gunther, make me a coffee."
By the way, the actor had to bleach his hair for the role every 2 weeks for 10 years. But Tyler says it was totally worth it, as the chemistry on set was almost indescribable. No wonder he's happy to appear in the Friends reunion special, another fan favorite.
Happy at Aloha premieres Saturday night at 9, only on Hallmark Channel.
Hi.
Hallmark Channel's first big summer movie premiere. Happy at Aloha premieres Saturday night at 9, only on Hallmark Channel.
Try new Olay Retinol Body Wash, infused with skincare super ingredient retinol.
Favorite supporting character was Monica's boyfriend, Richard, played by Tom Selleck. The veteran actor was famous and loved before Friends thanks to being the lead actor in the original Magnum P.I. series. Throughout his career, Tom has appeared in almost 100 films and shows. Since 2010, he has played Commissioner and family patriarch Frank Reagan on the crime drama Blue Bloods. And he's still as charming as he was in his younger days. His co-star Bridget Moynihan even revealed that he would totally be her man crush if she were a bit older.
No. I know.
Despite his fame, Selleck tries to keep his private life low-key. He has settled outside Hollywood on a massive ranch in California, where he lives with his wife, Jilly Mack, and daughter, Hannah. Tom rarely takes part in events like the Friends reunion special, so fans were thrilled to see him. However, they were disappointed by the absence of Phoebe's on-screen husband. It is yet unclear why exactly Paul Rudd didn't take part in the reunion. What is for sure is that he now has a lot on his plate. He stars in the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which is currently filming. Paul also recently took part in Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is set to be released in 2021, and a mini-series, The Shrink Next Door. But Rudd is definitely not the only celebrity guest star who didn't show up this time. Neither did Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, or Ben Stiller, just to name a few. Although there are rumors that it was Jennifer Aniston's ex who encouraged the actress to take part in the Friends get-together. More on that later. And now let's review what Lisa Kudrow has been up to recently. Did you know that at the time Phoebe Buffay was carrying triplets, the actress who portrayed her was pregnant in real life? Her now 23-year-old son, Julian, graduated from university this year, and Kudrow marked the special occasion with a sweet Instagram tribute. Also, Lisa revealed that her son came to support her at the taping of the reunion episode.
And afterward, he came up to me and he just said, I don't know if this is awkward or inappropriate. Can I say that I'm really proud of you?
Oh. This emotional moment added to the excitement of being together with her co-stars again. Although this wasn't the only time Kudrow reunited with some of them on screen. Nearly all of them guest starred in her project, Web Therapy, which got nominated for a Primetime Emmy. The actress got another Emmy nomination for her role in the series The Comeback, and continues refining her already packed resume, which includes roles in movies and shows like Grace and Frankie, Space Force, Feel Good, and many more. Lisa also recently provided her voice to the character of the animated comedy series Housebroken. And while Lisa is very busy, Matt LeBlanc is currently on a hiatus from acting. After Friends wrapped up, he landed a spin-off series called Joey, which ended after 2 seasons. But his next show, Episodes, lasted for 6 years and earned him a Golden Globe win for Best Performance. Later, LeBlanc co-hosted the British show Top Gear and, most recently, played the lead role in the sitcom Man with a Plan that was canceled in 2020. By the way, Matt still can't escape Joey's most infamous catchphrase.
I do have one slight request from you, though. So would you be able to ask me how I'm doing?
Sometimes it surprises the actor very much, like what happened several years ago when he was shooting an episode of Top Gear in the Atlas Mountains in Morocco. These people were wearing robes and they live in caves and stuff, recalled LeBlanc. They called me Joey and said, "How you doing?" in a really butchered accent. It was like, oh, wow, didn't see that one coming. And that is very different from his daughter Marina's reaction. She wasn't always impressed with her.
This is Audible.
You feel better now? Oh, excuse me a moment.
With her dad's show. Well, Lisa Kudrow would say that that's a normal reaction from a teenager, as she experienced the same thing with her own son when he was younger. Anyway, Matt LeBlanc admitted that he would forgive his little girl literally everything, even if she crashed his Ferrari. Jennifer Aniston. And now finally, we're going to talk about the actress who portrayed arguably the most important character on Friends. After all, the story started with Rachel joining the group and ended with her finding her happily ever after. Jennifer became famous even more quickly than her co-stars, and by the end of the series, her schedule got so packed that she even considered quitting the show after the 9th season. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Since then, Aniston has come a long way to becoming a multifaceted actress who can pull off various roles. Apart from starring in comedies like Horrible Bosses and We're the Millers, she took dramatic gigs in indie films like Cake, or her most recent project, The Morning Show. Jennifer also served as executive producer of this show together with Reese Witherspoon. As you no doubt remember, Reese guest starred on Friends as Rachel's sister Jill. And on the set, the two struck up a close friendship, which lasts to this day.
You can't have Ross.
Can't have.
The only thing I can't have is dairy.
Incredibly, prior to joining the morning show, Aniston considered quitting acting. The actress explained that it was due to an unreleased project that almost sucked the life out of her. Fortunately for us fans, Reese Witherspoon presented her with the idea of their future show and convinced Jen to stay in the industry.
The whole package that was presented was ideal. You couldn't have dreamed something up better.
And there is another person we should thank for Jennifer's presence at the Friends reunion. Brad Pitt reportedly played a vital role in convincing her to say yes to honoring the show's 25th anniversary this way. We don't know if it's true, but either way, we are happy that Jen and her ex-husband are on friendly terms again.